Hey you, welcome to some Minecraft. I am on the West March server. There's something I've been wanting to record here for a while, and I haven't because I've been hoping to do it with the people who created what I'm about to show you. That hasn't worked out. We've both been really busy. We've all been really busy, both them and myself. We've had other events. We've had invitations to the server. We've had, things that have been going on. You can see some of those over on the Twitch channel on akissforluck.net. There is one event that's there on the front. There's more that's going up. It's been my birthday, new invitations, the end of a special build that I've been working on since Easter. I'll be showing you that next time. But this was created for me for my birthday. And as many of you guys know, I used to have two Minecraft servers. I had one called Quillbriar and one called The District. Quillbriar was where I learned to play Minecraft, and it was home, right? That was very near and dear to my heart. We had all these countries and the lore and the history, and right from my very first build and all the stories, and that's where I died from a creeper, and that's where I died from a creeper, and that's where I died from 3 creepers, and that's where my dog died from a creeper, and that's the tree where the wolf fell out. It must have been a tree that had grown, or I don't know how it happened, but I was like clearing leaves and a wolf fell on my head, which scared the bejeebers out of me. But that was my first pet in Minecraft, and had all these different stories of what had happened to me in different places, and having to close that server down because of mod difficulties, because we were going to lose so much when mods were no longer supported, and things were breaking, and it was time. It was just time for a new map. But it hurt. It really hurt. And it was like, oh my God, but we've had all these events and these massive venues and these big group builds. And then with the district, we'd had, there'd been things there too, these big fall festivals and haunted houses, just so many things, and the Olympic Park and all this stuff. And it was hard. It was not a fun experience having to close these things down. So for my birthday, this is what the people here on West March created for me this year. They call it Memorial Park, and this was a little book here, which I'm going to share with you guys. Happy birthday, Eva. I hope you have an amazing day, because you are amazing. Thinking of you on your birthday and wishing you all the best. I hope it is fantastic as you are. You deserve the best and nothing less. Love from the West March group. Special thanks to Jasper, Ian, Lizzie, Scotty, Color, and Timber for building Remembrance Park. Special thanks to Briar and Jim for various ideas. So this I'm going to put this back in here. Oh, and I'm in creative. That's right. So I get a copy. I'm thrilled. Actually, I'm going to put this away. I just want to make sure that I don't lose these, because it's special to me. So what they did is they took some of the big events that we had in the past, and they created little kind of micro settings. So it's and then they gave me this place. This is like, they said, this is yours. This is your private park. Have a good time, and you can walk through here whenever you want, and remember all the things that had come about in Quillbriar and the district. And of course there's Gilbert, our cat, and here's Bella. Hi, doggy. And Bella just left. She heard somebody come to the door, so she ran downstairs. So the real Bella, the other, not the real, that's obviously a real Bella. The Bella that lives here with me in this house isn't here at the moment. But there's my kitties, and my kitty and my doggy. The colors of my country, Leckley, and now Westmoreland. Lots of flowers, because they know I like that. Love those lamps, by the way. Very, very nice. Very nice. So which way do I go? I don't know which way to go. But, oh, and again, here, we've got okay, there's me. Little statues of different people. There's Essentia Modica, the mod, and my amazing daughter who looks after so much of my life these days. This was a fountain built by Flying Scotsman in Quillbriar. Actually, the first one. Where was the first one built? It might have even been in the district. You know that? And I fell in love with it. I just think it's elegant and it's beautiful, and I love this. There's Pyro Tiger looking at the fountain. I just think it's the most lovely design, and I've had Scotty rebuild this fountain in so many places. Like, no, we need one over here. Yep, now we need one over here. No, I need one over here. It's become a thing. He just keeps building me fountains. One of the first, oh, here's our people. We have Ray, we've got Scotty there. The Artemis Archery Contest. Now, obviously, this is a small representation of it. We had this massive archery complex. There are recordings, I think, of this stuff in YouTube. I know we did most of these live, but I think some of them are over in YouTube. We had, you know, distance like this. We had tree stands. We had where you were the moving and the targets, you know, you had to go through a course moving and the targets were there. We had other things where you were standing still and the targets were moving. We had water events, just all kinds of things. It was awesome. It was a good time. I am going to keep it daylight, so we don't have to worry about mods. Although I'm in creative, so it's not a big problem. But just so we don't have to worry about mods while we're going through here. So this was one of the first big events that we created. This entire complex. It took us a couple of weeks. I built a little bit faster now, but well, not a lot. But anyway. And when we invited people to join, this was their event. We had a new round of people joining, and this is the event they got to play. They got to be on. So we've got these little statues. There's Lady Moosington and Annalise. We've got Emma OP over here fighting with Color Slide because, you know, they do capture the bed. Again, just a little memorial thing. This was a village created over, I think, in Wicked Fairies country. And it was like a town, a village with a castle at each end, and we had two teams and we were fighting it out to capture the other person's bed. It was a very good time. Lots of death and mayhem, lots and lots of fun. Now you'll see we have a roller coaster over here. We'd had a big event for a fall fair, and we actually had a big fairgrounds. We had games, we had animal rides, we had Mo creatures, so there was like ostrich rides and elephant rides and the wyverns and horses, of course. We had a little pony ring. There were water slides where you could kind of keep going up and then you would drop and you had to, yeah, there was a massive Ferris wheel. It was just huge. There were contests. It was just all kinds of things. And that is just running all through here in remembrance of that. And this is a little one. I've got these kids now who follow me around and get in the way rather a lot. And this is their babysitter. And I said, just leave them. They're such a problem when you're trying to build. And I've got these two kids in a little suitcase called George who follows me around. And when you're trying to place blocks and they're constantly in the way, it's like, oh my God. So we're just going to let them run here for a couple of weeks or, you know, months. And they're happy. You can just hear them going, wee, or probably by now they're going, Mommy, I'm really, really sick. But at least they're out of my hair. So I thought that was a brilliant idea. There is a statue of the White Horse of Luckley up there, which is kind of amazing and awesome. Here, there's Quill. Look there. There's Quill 18. He's in here. Who's that? Okay, we've got a bartender or something. There's Paradox. That's Briarstone. Here's hey dude. Just a little cafe here because, you know, you need refreshments when you're in parks and things like that. I'm going to close these doors if I'm ever running in for a safe place at night. It would be better if it were a safe place at night and not having, you know, 3 creepers inside waiting for me. Now, at Christmas one year, Winter Frost, we celebrate Winter Frost. Color Slide and I created an entire village as our, you know, my gift to the server. And we created this whole village, and then Head Wound, and you know him, and a fellow YouTuber and Twitch caster, he created the globe. He created a whole globe. So our whole village, and it was a village. It had skating rinks. It had a contest area where everybody built a Winter Frost sculpture of some kind, and then we'd let people vote on it, and I can't even remember who won, but that was fun. We had like a big lodge. We had a little Santa place where you waited in line and you sat on Santa. Of course, we had somebody in a Santa skin for the event. There were little igloos where you could stay. There was an inn. It was a village. It was an entire village. And he spent, I think, it took him 9 months in his spare time to create this globe over it. So this is our nod to the Winterfrost village. I'm gonna get all weepy-eyed here. I'm not kidding. This just touched my heart so big. It was so amazing. It was so amazing. Here is a little mini golf course, and it works. You get little balls. They're like small micro blocks of wool, and because it's on ice, this stuff slides. And yeah, we have a little miniature golf course. We had a beautiful 18-hole on Quillbriar. It was amazing, with all kinds of trick shots and statues and things to go through. It was bloody remarkable. It was absolutely amazing. Here we have Hig Yorkie and Timber Fawn. Looking at that. Now at one point we had a desert island challenge where we actually created like a sunken ship. It was all broken up out in the water. And we had to portal to this thing. We ended up underwater, and we had to swim for our lives to get to this island that had like a tree. And we were challenging ourselves. We were all in survival, of course. We had the one tree we had to build. We created a little community. And at one point, Hig Yorkie, of course, again, fellow YouTuber, Twitchcaster, amazing man, Hig Yorkie Chilled is a fabulous, fabulous channel. If you like Minecraft, get over there. Him and Headwound, they do just tons of Minecraft, and they do it really, really well. But he wasn't there. He didn't show up one night, and we decided that, you know, our goal was actually to get off the island. But we wanted to say, you know, thank you to the gods that allowed us, you know, to survive this ordeal and actually create, you know, a small society. We each had our own houses. We had gardens. You know, we were doing all the things, right? So we created, and this is a very, very, very tiny copy of this massive statue of Hig Yorkie that we created one night. And then when he came back, he just went, oh my God, I can't believe you did this to me. Now, Hig Yorkie is the guy that taught me about Minecraft servers and, you know, helps me to keep things running. And at the time, he was doing a lot more. And what he did is, oh, that was weirdness. He reset some mods, and we logged on one night, and he was to this Desert Island challenge, and he was there. And it was storms and death and more mobs than we have ever seen in our life. It was a bloody slaughter, and there's just no other way to say it. It was terrible, and he would pick us up with these storms and throw us out to sea, and it was dark and creepy and violent, and he kept it up for an evening. We paid for causing him that mild embarrassment, but it's one of those moments you don't ever want to forget. So there he is, Hig Yorkie, the storm god of vengeance. Whoa. Which is kind of awesome. So less teary-eyed here. Just, you know, it was good. Now here, you know, going through this little house like this, when we had the fall fair, we had, because we were kind of incorporating fall festivals, Halloween, Samhain, all the sort of fall things from different parts of the world, and that's our fall festival. And our Harvest Fest, I can't remember what we call it right this moment. That's terrible. But we had a massive haunted house in the center. It had traps and things where you fell and different things that would happen. But the big, the roller coaster actually went right down through the house. So that was kind of dramatic and awesome. It was pretty good. Very good. So this one kind of runs through that just cause it can. We have this beautiful little barn. You notice all the pigs have got saddles. One of the first events we ever had in Quillbriar was we created a big arena, and we had seating and the whole thing, but we had pig races over obstacles, and some were moving and you had to jump and go down, and you could actually die, but we had pig races in this big arena. So this is our nod to the pig racing event. It was actually a pretty good time. Ah, goodness. Okay, that one's for later. And of course, at one point they did oh God, yeah, then there was that. Oh, and here you can actually get on a pig and open that and race. We could do that today. We could come over here and have pig races down to the end. This is, again, just, you know, miniature ones, but it's Remembrance Park. It's just to remember all these amazing, amazing times. The tool shed was for something else in here, which is just incredible. Of course, if I do this, will you be able to see? You gotta see what's gonna happen here. Now, am I just gonna break it? You know what? I'm just gonna wait. I am gonna wait on that one. 1 second, and I'll save that for the end because it's pretty cool. Over here, you know, we've had so many parties and so many events. The Waffle Games, that was created last Christmas by Antoon. That was massive. That was huge. He had this big, big, big palace that the winner got to live in for a year until the next person comes along, or the next winner comes along. Mick Westmart. Oh, God. And I'll tell you that one in a minute. There were so many events. There was an entire village. There was a castle. There was these these 4 floating castles. You had to fight your way between them, shooting. It was hours and hours of one event after another. It took him months and months and months to put that together for our big Christmas festival. It was amazing. It was probably the biggest venue I have ever seen. Okay, Olympic Park was pretty good. The biggest venue I've ever seen created by one person, I guess. Let's put it that way. This is a nod to the very first night I opened my Quillbriar map to other people. I had always played it alone or with Briarstone, and we invited eight people to come and join us that night, and plus Hag Yorkie. And we had a little tiny contest, and we'd had these 8 stations, and they all had their own color, and everybody, you know, we had a little tiny contest, and the first person that came back with, you know, a diamond pickaxe won. And then they all got to go out and pick out their homes and stuff like that. So that's a nod to the very first day I ever played Minecraft with other people. Kind of amazing. This, I'm loving it. In Quillbriar, the district is not like this, but in Quillbriar, we had a rule where nothing, you know, buildings had to be either fantasy or prior to the 1900. So nothing new, nothing from the 20th century. You know, so you could have had like the Eiffel Tower, but not the Empire State Building kind of thing. You could have older historical things. You could have elves and dwarves and fantasy, but you couldn't have anything modern day. And everybody knows I am not a fan of this particular. I have not eaten. I've eaten maybe at this particular venue maybe 3 times in my life, and not in the last 20 years. I really, really don't like it, and I take all kinds of offense to it. And they were joking, yeah, we should build a McDonald's, and I said never, 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 never. So in our city of Whitehall, which was an actual city that we'd put together, it had portal stations, it had a massive palace that had full big house-sized apartments for each of the country people who lived there, kitchens, dining room. It was just huge. It had ballroom. Yeah, it was insane. And then we had an entire shopping district, so all the different things that you can create in Minecraft had their own shops for it, where we could trade and leave things for people and stuff like that. We had a big bay where everybody built their own homes on, big boardwalks all over, restaurants all over, theaters, libraries, town halls, public baths. We had an entire field for airships, so we each had our own hot air balloons. We had ships. We had a ton of ships in the bay that we could actually drive around, and we had an agriculture center with all the different plants, all the seeds, an orchard for all of the different fruit and vegetables and things like that were available with the mods we had at the time. It was a city. It was big. And I come out of the portal station one day, and Hedwood had built a McDonald's, and Scotty had built a little car with the Pope driving through the drive-through part. And they did such a good job. They had the employee of the month. They had all of it was perfect. It was perfect. And I laughed myself sick. And they were going to tear it down. I said, don't you dare. Just don't you dare. So it was the one modern thing we had on Quillbriar. It was a freaking McDonald's. But it was funny. Oh my, I laughed till I was sick. Notice the great big E for Ava. The roller coaster works. It's quite a lot of fun, actually. Oh my goodness. So over here, the Haunted Hallow. This again was a fall festival thing. It was an entire village. We had catacombs and traps and fights and contests and a big haunted prison and a big haunted church and massive graveyards and all kinds of events and fights and just all kinds of things. It was a huge, just big, great big, massive thing done for the fall. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was so big. And there, you know, I hope there's recordings of that somewhere. I can never remember what I live streamed or recorded or both. I don't know. Now, Khaleesi is the name of the Ender Dragon in Quillbriar. And the interesting part was, you know, I had spawned, of course, my very first night in Minecraft ever. And you dig a hole in the wall and you survive. And then you start to move out from there. And I found a place and I... by the end of the night, and I ended up building a little bit. I ended up calling it the cat house because at some point I found out that creepers don't like cats, and I spent weeks taming cats. It was just noisy. There was just this cacophony of cats meowing all over the place, which was kind of fabulous. And then over time you learn a little bit more about the game and you start exploring again, and I found this one hill that I really liked, and I started building what was called, I ended up calling Enderman Keep, because in the basement where I was doing all my digging for materials, of course, there was one cavern that was always full of Endermen, and I kind of got used to having them around, so I called it Enderman Keep. I ended up discovering weeks later when I was building the wall around the place that it was actually back in the original spawning point. I found my little camp and went, oh my God, I had no idea. I didn't have a clue this is where I was. But it went, well, you know, it's kind of a nice touch. I don't know. It's like I've come full circle. So right across a river from the keep, I ended up building what I've called the Summer Palace, and you've seen it in here. I have done recordings of it, and I'll probably do more because it's my favorite build. The favorite house I've ever built. I have to admit, the Grey Lady Cathedral is now my favorite build, but that was up until a week ago. And I'm building all this palace. And I'm digging into the basement to put in servants' quarters and kitchens and stuff like that. And as I'm digging again it was about a 7-month project for me. It was in survival. And I'm, you know, digging in the basement for materials. And I came across the Ender portal, or whatever you call it, where you find the dragon. And I thought, I have a dragon in my basement. I was so excited. I thought we will never kill the Ender Dragon on Quillbriar, and we have not. She is still there to this day. We've never killed her. We've done others, but not that one. And I named her Khaleesi because, well, what else would you call a dragon, right? And this is a nod to the Ender Dragon I had to leave behind. Oh my goodness, this is my little girl right there. So cute. This section over here is just kind of okay, you know what? Just go through the bloody gate. Just pay attention. This is obviously where I guess I should have come in. Nice little courtyard up here. They know I play The Sims. If I can sit there, then I have the green triangle or the green diamond over my head because I'm happy. That horse is still there. He must be caught. But what they did when I was here, what are they doing? No color slides were harmed in the making of this piece. They had a massive, massive fireworks display that just went on forever off the island there. You can sit here and somebody pulls a switch back there, and there's Jasper. So we just have a little cafe area here where you can watch the fireworks at night, which are extensive. I mean, big, extensive. So there, I mean, there's so much more. We had so many events and so many different things that have happened, but they've, oh, look, we've got the two guardians here who have been rebuilt in front of our new portal station. I'm very happy to say. There's Niralosa, there's KD Lizzie. Welcome to Remembrance Park. Just beautiful. There's something else. I'm lost here. This is one of the gods that we took back from Quillbriar with us. This was created in Lizzie's country, and we had an entire mythos in Quillbriar with different gods and goddesses that took care of different things at different times of the year. This is one of the many that were created there. And again, a nod to our history and the lore and the kind of depth of play that these people get into. Just is outstanding. Just absolutely outstanding. And there was one, I wanted to show you something. What was it? There, oh, is it over here? Yeah. And I hope it's been reset. I may be, you know, going, ooh, we'll save the best for last. And it's possible that it's not even there. So let's, okay, there it is. Look what's happening. Look at what is happening here. Look at this. That falls back, and now I have to get back in. I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember if they had like driven it up or it was coming up on its own. But no, I'm going to be back in creative for you guys because I'm just going to fly down there. But when I first saw this, and there are the ways to get down here, of course. When I first saw it, it got flown up to me. And this is my airship. And yeah, she flies. This baby works. Isn't it beautiful? So you know, they said, I was in survival, of course, when they were showing me all this stuff. And I was standing over here someplace. And that opened up. And then Scotty like flew the ship up, and I get to go for a ride because it was awesome fun. So it was pretty amazing. They do good work. Whoops. Oh, and that's how I get down there. Wow. Okay, that's how I get down there. So I will close this. And there it is. Remembrance Park. So we don't forget the history we've had together and the good times that we've shared on so many levels. And this was their, I'm going to cry. Oh, and a maze. I forgot the maze. We love mazes. We've had mazes in different parts. We've had contests that were in mazes, and I ran right by it, and I missed it. I fail. So many things. So many good times. So many people have shared. Oh, yeah, we get a little, okay, what do we got here? Hello, Monsieur Le Bouncer. Oh, yeah. This was my party room for my birthday. The yellow bird. I'm not sure how this happened, but people have been, at the end of my streams, I keep getting asked to play Yellow Bird, you know, Alone in Banana Tree kind of thing. It's become a thing. And I also, in the new village I'm building, I have a Yellow Bird, a shop called the Yellow Bird. This club is made in honor of the first ever Ava Pendence Day celebration. Live life happy and always build it beautiful. Thank you for everything you do. Okay, they're going to make me cry again. Ava Pendence Day is something that came about this year, right around the time of my birthday. I quit my job and started doing YouTube and Twitch full time. So this is now my employment here, is getting to spend time with people like this, playing games, spending time with them live in Twitch, getting to chat, hang out. It is kind of remarkable and amazing. And so Ava Pendence Day, and we had celebrations for that. We had things for that. My birthday came up. It's just been, the whole summer has been this heady, incredible ride of amazing. I've gotten, Anime Hero was one of the first people that joined this server. He came from Australia, like in real life, to visit this year. Emma, who I met, who got Minecraft the night before she joined my server, one of the first people on. She came to spend part of the summer with us. Miss Carsonell, who I met through this job of YouTube and Twitch. Came from Scotland to spend part of the summer. I quit my job. As terrifying as that has been. I closed down the Quillbriar server and the district server and combined this one. It's been a ride. This year has been a ride, and these amazing people put this together for me because we don't want to forget that stuff. There's just been too much of it that has been too good and too wonderful, and we don't want to forget those things. So there's a few highlights of a few good ones. 2.5 years of playing Minecraft now, and every single week is a new joy. Thank you, West March. Thank you so much. Thank you, people in Quillbriar who are no longer with us. Thank you, people in the district who are no longer with us. You have been such a fabulous part of my life. There it is. I wanted to share it with you guys. Remembrance Park. Live life happy and build it beautiful. Bye-bye. So nice.